Welcome to Tabletop Galaxy, an actual play podcast using the Star Wars Roleplaying game by Fantasy Flight Games. You're listening to Broken Space, a campaign utilizing the Edge of the Empire sourcebooks and featuring two groups that affect a shared storyline. This is episode 5 of The Second Sunrise and Her Crew. All right. So, first thing, we're going to do some character introductions. Who are we playing? Did we spend any XP? And possibly if you bought anything, because you guys are on Nar Shaddaa, we didn't want to spend an episode doing a shopping episode. So I believe we usually start with Niffer, right?
Hello, I am Niffer Niff. I'm playing Ellie, the Twi'lek politico colonist, and I did use my XP, but it's not really going to be noticeable because I used it to open up a new specialization tree. So Ellie's now force sensitive and can't do a thing about it because I didn't have enough XP to get any cool abilities. But
sad.
Next time, I'm going to survive the shopping trip and then I'll get to do force stuff.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm assuming you're pointing at me. I can't see. I'm not. So my name is Nick. I am playing Kane McAllister. He's a human mercenary soldier. And I spent 5 XP unlocking Sidestep, which says once per round, I may form once. Oh my gosh, I can't. Reading again. Once per round, may perform sidestep maneuver and suffer a number of strain to upgrade difficulty of all incoming ranged attacks by an equal number. Strains suffered this way cannot exceed ranks in sidestep.
I always knew Kane was a good dancer.
I need something to stop all the incoming bullets from me.
It would tend to help. I'm kind of in a similar vein there.
You can't sidestep beer puddles, though.
Don't tempt me. What's up, everyone? I am Seal. I am playing Vosk Nolazar. He is a Duros technician mechanic. I spent 30 XP. I spent 15 on getting Enduring, which is to gain 1 to my soak value. And then I spent 15 on Bad Motivator. Once per session, I may make a Bad Motivator action, which is a hard mechanics check, and then cause one targeted device to spontaneously fail.
Nice. So that's cool.
That should be fun to play with. I can literally just point at a thing and be like, hey, remember that one skill that I'm really good at? I would like to use that to turn that thing off. Auto turrets,
Points
security doors, you know, whatever.
The second Death Star.
Yep.
Yep. Finger guns.
Excellent.
Hey, this unit's got a bad motivator.
Super cool.
All right, Gregory.
Well, up till now, I've been spending XP. This time I did not. I'm saving for bigger stuff because I'm loving my talent tree. I did, however, spend some coin. Do we want to say where our credits went? Because I got something cool.
Also, who are you?
I am playing Zarko, the human explorer scout. And I'm Gregory, found at 1 and 20 D&D.
Sweet. Yes. What did you spend your credits on?
I got something fun, which is sort of one of the things that Zarko's had his eyes on for a while, which is hunting goggles. I can add 1 boost die to perception checks made to locate, quote, prey, and remove 2 setback dice from ranged light or heavy checks due to concealment, fog, and mist, or light conditions. So that should help in certain circumstances, combat and such, and if we're tracking anyone or so forth. So
yeah,
I'm looking forward to using those. Oh yeah, I meant to do this too. We got the new
your new tracking goggles.
Tracking goggles, yeah.
Nice.
They're not
nice. Killer.
I'm joining the club. I also have had scanner.
Oh, and when Zarko comes back to the ship too, you probably notice that the mohawk is gone.
Oh,
Have cleaned himself up a touch. Still,
this guy went to Nar Shaddaa for a haircut. Like,
that's a bold move.
You know, you got to do it.
And I am Steven. I'm the bad DM, and I am everybody else in the campaign. So, actually, that's not true. That's not true. Rob's half of everybody else, and I'm the other half.
You're just the cool characters, the Wookiee grandma, the like street urchin dude doing money, demanding money from me.
Yeah.
A really cool, but then suddenly not really cool Rhodian bounty hunter who like showed up and then all of the things happened to him and he left.
Yep, exactly.
The 2 drunk spies that we have hidden in the back of our ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 2.
Yeah. All right. Ship quirk.
Yeah, I shall. I pulled the document open. We have
So many sunglasses.
Future so
meant to
bright, I gotta
actually
wear
goggles,
shades.
but these just are easier.
Yeah.
And they're cool. They're like blue and purple.
Y'all look so intense, and I'm just over here with my big puffball mic.
All right, do you want me to read it since we're on the ship, or do you want me to just send it to you?
Are we back on the ship now? Like getting ready to take off?
Well, we'll get there. Yeah, just I don't have Discord open. Just say it.
I will whisper it to you in Zoom.
I know how to do that. Yeah, perfect. And then that's what I was just about to say. Destiny rolls. Let's see what kind of space, what kind of force is guiding you.
Always. Do we have to?
Come on.
Always.
Hey, I finally changed my record. I think that's.
I didn't.
Oh, maybe have I done one light side one time?
No, you haven't.
like
It's
I'm-
only
yeah.
been me and Kane,
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
what
gonna
I was
break my streak.
Bosk. Yes!
Amazing! You carry this team. The force is strong with you.
That's the best.
For everybody listening at home, Kane McAllister rolled a dark side. Zarko Cruz rolled a light side. Ella Kemi, did I say that right?
Yeah.
Rolled a dark side. And Vosk coming in strong with the 2 light side, carrying the team as always.
He's just such a good boy. Like,
The universe loves
like,
you.
y'all thought that I was like some street urchin owing money to the huts, and like I've been helping the rebels this whole time, and like
This is why your alignment looks like they could kill you is actually a cinnamon roll. I got it right.
All right. And last thing we're going to do is we're going to do obligation. So
Sure.
What I will say before we do that is I typically have done obligation pretty narratively. To keep this rolling, it's going to affect you, but not necessarily as strongly as it has in the past as far as the story itself goes.
Zarko.
he's just saying that because it's going to be
Zarko.
Zarko's turn, and he didn't have anything like.
He didn't have fun bounty hunters chasing him.
Yeah. Macro.
If it's
That's what I
Zarko,
need.
if it's Zarko, I can just be like, hey, remember how you guys have coordinates to an unknown location? Whoops.
You ready for me to hit the button, sir?
Yep, go for it.
Zarko.
Nobody.
Not only nobody, but it's not doubles either, so absolutely nothing happens.
Yeah, so you guys get your normal strain threshold. That's great.
Sweet.
That's never happened.
Yeah, that could come in handy.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. So last time, space is complicated and surviving on the edge of the Empire is dangerous. Our group had to try to get off Socorro quickly, though not before a run-in with some of Voss's past looking to make a little coin off a debt. Kane also saw someone from his past that left the normally unflappable human a bit flustered, and the group started to unravel some clues about what the Empire and the Hutts were after. They headed to Nar Shaddaa with Kai and Shay, the closest place to some strange coordinates. Voss used his contacts with the rebellion to make an inquiry about Kai and Shay, and the crew went to stock up for whatever strange adventure they are headed towards. So you have spent, I'd say, about a day, more or less, in Nar Shaddaa, meeting with contacts, buying stuff, selling stuff back, making exchanges and returning purchases.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Always read your texts.
Yep. You got to know the specs on what you have going on. And kind of after a day of all of you being out meeting, oh shoot, I wrote her name down. Was
Zero?
Zero, yeah.
0.
Meeting with Zero, going shopping. You head back to the ship. And as the four of you kind of walk up the ramp, you see a female Deveronian sitting at the Dejaric table with Shay and Kai. You hear kind of some laughing and talking. And Zero looks at you all as you walk up and says, I told you I'd check in on you, let you know what you needed to know, Vosk.
That you did.
Did you all find what you needed on Nar Shaddaa?
Nar Shaddaa is always a giving place, so I feel like even if we had that, well, we'll have to come back because there's just so much to take in around here.
It's quite the destination. Well, I'd like a word with you, just briefly, Vosk.
Me specifically?
Yeah,
or
just
the royal you.
Just you, Vosk.
All right.
It'll be quick. Nothing
Sure.
to it, but
You want to head up to the cockpit?
sounds good. It's your ship.
Cockpit.
Huh?
She said it's your ship to Vosk, and it ain't. That's all.
Boss completely ignored it.
Yeah, so she follows you up to the cockpit and says, so I did some asking of contacts, obviously, was talking with Kai and Shay, seemed like lovely individuals. And from everything I know, that while there was a personal connection and she lobbied for the job, they're on the level. So...
All right. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure, especially considering Kai's recent Imperial entanglements. So,
yeah, that was unfortunate, and he was never the bravest fellow, so not that surprising. But I think
we haven't smoked too much, but it's been interesting so far.
Yeah, I mean, the little I heard of chatter on what was happening on Socorro, sounds like you've had some fun, to say the least.
Things went from really boring to really exciting really quickly.
Yeah, I mean,
hence why I was a little on edge when I came in to see you. Like I said, if I had been informed ahead of time, I could have laid the groundwork and been working in there as one of Drifter's men and had the time instead of rushing and in a half hour trying to barge in there, messily slice into a computer, set off the alarms, and get caught in the middle of apparently a grudge match with one of the other Hutt clans.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta improvise, and plans don't always go as we hope to. We would like you to continue to follow these leads. If these the little pieces that they told me, if these rumors are true about what this technology might be able to do, it could change the war, it could change the galaxy. So follow those leads, and
sure.
Happy.
No offense intended, but a question of protocol then. Am I now working for you or am I working for her? And as this lead plays out, if we acquire the technology that Shay is sending us for, am I to turn that technology over to Shay, or should I be reporting back to you? Or
I would like you both to head back directly to me.
Me and Shay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So you report to me. She's going to operate a little bit independently. You've got your crew, it seems like, having kind of two different operations. As long as you touch bases well enough, you have your freedom to go about this as you will.
Privateers of a sort.
Exactly. Obviously, we want, if there's any opportunity to sow unrest, if you will, in anything the Imperials have going on, please do that. If whatever these coordinates are that you're leading to, if they lead to a people, perhaps there are people who aren't friendly to the Empire, and that could be something good as well. But find what you will, be safe, and that technology. I hope you understand. If someone can control hyperspace lanes, they can control the galaxy, and
we understand the gravity of the situation. It means things not only in the terms of the conflict with the Empire, but also just for citizens throughout the galaxy. That's too much power for either a Hutt clan or the Empire to crack down on people.
Agreed. Well, as to not draw too many eyes, I'm going to get out of this place and go back to my normal spot. Be safe, and hope to see you soon. Good luck, and may the force be with you, and all that good stuff.
And you as well. And Voss is going to start flipping switch and doing pre-flight checks.
Yeah, so she walks out on her own. She says, as she walks out to the rest of the crew and to Kai and Che, she says, best of luck. Hope whatever you're into is successful, and you get a good story out of it, at least. Maybe a few credits. And she walks off.
Seeing her walk off the ship, Zarko cues up the intercom and says, "Hey, Vosk, you want a hand up there?"
Well, I assume we're just going to the coordinates from the data pad, right? A reassuring answer. Sure, come on up here.
I think so. He'd probably pop in with the others, like, so. Yeah, we're gonna go check these coordinates, right? Everybody's on board with this, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Suppose if we have to.
Yeah, he probably is already on his way up to the cockpit. Like,
All right. So are you, that's what you guys are doing? You're taking off, heading towards these mysterious coordinates?
Yeah. Kane's sitting in the kitchen.
And just to remind you, as you have plugged these coordinates in, looked at maps, there is Toydaria, Nar Shaddaa, are kind of the two closest, and these coordinates would almost make a triangle with these systems. But at the tip of that triangle where these coordinates are is just blank space. Oh, sorry. Is just blank space.
So we're going to the Bermuda Triangle of space, specifically Hutt space.
Yep. Sounds super safe, right? So if that's what we're doing, that's the wrong button.
We want a chase sequence.
I am going to need
a skill check of the astrogation types.
right.
I am.
I will be assisting.
Oh, thank goodness.
Well,
What is-
I've been, I've been doing my own sort of calculating and thinking, and these coordinates have me very, very curious. I really want to know what's out there.
All right.
The theme from the X-Files plays. What is your
I
intelligence?
think you have better.
Intelligence and astrogation.
Both.
What do you
Yeah,
got?
I'm pretty sure you're better on both, and I'm just going to give you a boost. I will check.
But what do
Hold
you
that thought.
got?
Yes, I'm looking. I'm on the wrong one. Skills. So I am.
Geek Unleashed is now raiding with a
Hey,
party of
what
10
up?
people because they
Hey.
are awesome.
Thank you very much.
I believe that this is the second or third time that they've showed up.
Thank
So I've
you.
got 3 with 1 rank. So.
Oh, so you do bring something to the table.
Oh.
So he's got higher ranks than me, so I am going to upgrade one of my dices, and I get an automatic advantage on this for being a Duro. Let me. Do you want to do the upgrade?
Oh, you know what? I apologize. I was looking at piloting, not astrogation. Forgive me. Oh no, it's exactly the same. 1, 1, and 2. Yeah, we're good.
Okay, so 1 upgrade.
Yes.
Okay, I have the upgrade set on your side, and I have my side set.
Okay, hitting the button.
For advantage.
Actually, okay, yeah, that's right. It did parse the. Wait, no, it didn't. I have one more advantage for being a Duro, so I have 5 advantage.
Okay.
Because I rolled 5, 1 canceled out with that red die, but I have 1 more.
So, just to be clear, we're not actually going to the location, right? We're just going to try to.
We're doing
up on it and
scouting,
do some surveillance and scouting. Yeah, perfect. Okay, good.
Okay. So you plug in the coordinates. You get the hyperdrive set. I'm going to let you hold on to those 5 advantage as I set the scene, because you technically did not succeed in this astrogation check.
No, I didn't, but I skipped out on 2 despairs, so I'll call it a win.
Oh yeah.
So as you punch it, and you go and you guys all feel those G's as you go flying into hyperspace. A little bit before you should come out, your ship jolts to a stop. As you jolt, you see chunks of spaceship and other like metal and stuff just flying around you. And I'm going to need a piloting check immediately. You can, if you want to pass some of that advantage around for that.
Sure. So I can use 4 advantage to give myself 2 boosts.
Yeah, sounds good.
I'm cool with only.
What happened? This ain't right.
Ready?
No.
Okay.
It is now ready. Yeah, and you kind of, as you're all jolting around, looking around, yeah, you almost feel like the turbulence of it pulling. You can roll whenever.
Oh my Jesus.
And okay.
2 failures and 1 advantage, but the pull ended up being 2 boosts, 3 proficiency.
Vosk, what's going on up there?
There was an upgrade in there as well, Gregory or Stephen. But the upgrade was still in my sheet.
Oh shoot!
It was supposed to be 2 and a green. I only rolled an advantage on it, but just for the sake of transparency,
I'll give it to you anyways, because we'll say that's how some of your advantage.
That's what the other boost was.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I read about this and now I'm forgetting.
So what, like
you just ran into something.
Yeah, like a starship toilet just bounced off the front window of my ship.
Exactly.
My ship. It's not yours. You weren't even in the ship stealing flashback.
So as you're flying and pulling out, just this huge like hull of a spaceship comes, and you pull up on the ship, and it still glances the bottom, and someone's gonna need to roll on the critical chart.
Okay. For the ship.
In the case of minor collision, which is what this is, all vehicles or starships involved suffer a single critical hit. Subtract the ship's defense times 10 from the roll. And then if the result is 0, the ship's shields or other defenses have nullified the collision entirely, and the critical hit is canceled.
Yep. Kane, it is not a personal critical hit. There is a whole separate chart for ships.
Thank goodness, because that was
95 would have been
bad.
I'm gonna click a button.
Y'all breaking my ship, and I'm not happy.
Rolled a 52, which is 1 component of the attacker's choice is knocked offline and is rendered inoperable until the end of the following round.
And then we need to subtract the 10 times the ship's defense.
That's
what the critical
ship's defense is 1.
Okay, so it'll be a 42.
I believe. Yes. We got 1 fore and 1 aft, but I don't know if I add those together or not.
You just take the highest.
Okay, so 42.
Okay, so that is 42. Tailspin. All firing from the ship or vehicle suffers 2 setback dice until the end of the pilot's next turn. All crew members are immobilized until the end of the pilot's next turn.
Okay, so we snap out of hyperspace and we skip off the top of like a half-destroyed spaceship, and the ship like flat spins through space, and everyone is flung against a wall despite our inertia dampeners, and so everyone is immobilized for a round as Gregory and I, or Zarko and I, just like try to figure out what the heck just happened.
Yeah, and you hear this beep boop through the intercom as your astromech is like, what the heck is going on up there?
Kane was sitting.
Fly.
Kane was sitting at the kitchen table, like about to take a drink, right as you take like the hard turn, and you just hear a crashing of dishes as he's thrown into the kitchen cabinets and just knocks everything off of the shelves.
I love
it's a good thing we went for the large kitchen, which allowed Kane the biggest amount of airspeed before hitting the wall.
So as you're kind of spinning out of control, I'm going to need you to make another piloting check.
Wait. All right. On the mics. Everybody all right back there? Let's get this thing back under control, huh?
Nobody can do anything.
Better.
Nobody can do anything yet because we're all immobilized.
It's true.
I have removed all the dice on my end. Make sure you've cleared upgrade on your side, sir.
I have. And I took one setback away, as you guys have, while you are spinning, you at least are not coming straight out of hyperspace into this. As you see, there's a lot of wreckage around you. Even as you're spinning, you can just see, it's almost like you're in an asteroid field of ship parts.
Cool. Piloting space.
Okay.
One success, 2 threats.
I think kind of as you're having to really like push the ship, I think that should probably go for some ship strain.
I can dig it.
As you pull it out of the tailspin and you start to navigate through, and you're weaving in and out of these big pieces of ships, you see, where is everybody in the ship? Kane is on the
poor baby.
Kane is in the kitchen. Ellie, where are you?
Kane is on the kitchen.
Kane is on the kitchen.
I don't know. I was probably in the kitchen too, like just hanging out, or maybe
So
the common area. I don't know.
You're on Kane on the kitchen.
Yeah, sure.
This is where that like side story, spice addiction, rom-com thing.
Hey, don't give it all away. Don't give it all away.
This is where the shippers get their ideas.
Yeah, be cool, Seal. That's backstory.
Flashback episode 2.
And Zarko, you were co-piloting, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you two in the front, you see, as Voss kind of pulls it out of this tailspin, starts kind of weaving in and out, dodging some pieces. You see past all of this junk floating through space, there's actually a system. It's very small. There's a small star, and you see this small planet. There's some clouds. From what you can tell, it's not Earth-like. It's not pretty from space. There's lots of browns. The clouds are almost black, is what you kind of see. But there's clearly an atmosphere and something going on. But yeah, you're able to kind of pull out of this debris that's just floating through, though it is difficult. There's something messing with the whole system of the ship, and you're not exactly sure what. What do y'all do?
In terms of like it's making it harder to fly, or
yeah, it's not quite as responsive as you want it to be. There's just like random warning lights will go off and then shut back down. As you look at the nav computer where you do all your hyperspace calculations and stuff like that, there's just like random coordinates that don't make any sense just flashing up on the screen all the time.
You ever seen anything like this, Voss? This is new to me.
It looks like somebody blew up not just one, but a couple of ships. I don't know if they all ripped out of hyperspace like we did. And I'm like fighting controls and stuff's bouncing off the outside of the ship while this is happening.
Right.
And I'm going to try to just get us to come to a stop in relatively safe area. Not like a full-on stop, but like I'm more worried about dodging things as they come at us instead of driving around them, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, just a second.
Can I just, I'm gonna like be looking around through the cockpit for literally looking for like clear space and
yeah, so it's almost like this stuff is almost in orbit around this planet.
Okay.
And so as you're kind of taking in and trying to figure everything out, you look around and you can tell that normally when you pull out of hyperspace, there's actually a decent amount of space between yourself and the planet. You wouldn't just fall into orbit right away, but you're significantly closer than you should be.
Right.
because we were flying in blind. You sort of didn't know what we were getting into.
Yeah, and something is messing with your navicomputer.
Okay.
So we got a planet up here. We appear to be ripped out of space a little bit before the coordinates that we were going to. There is a huge debris field going on, but there is a planet. Do you think it would behoove us to head straight there, or do we want to hang tight and kind of get a better grip on the situation?
I think I'd rather know what we're going into.
Yeah, why don't you two come up here to the cockpit?
With all
I
these
extracted myself from Kane.
Before I'm saying that, but now I'm thinking, wait, do we actually have room in the car? It was like 2 or 4 for this one, for our ship. I don't know.
We can't be much closer than we already are, so it's fine.
Kane gets up and pulls like a few shards of porcelain out of his arm.
Ugh.
I don't think we should be staying here.
No.
Whatever came for those ships is likely to come back for us. So we're probably safer down there than safer up here.
Unless they got, planetary defenses that when we try to go down there, they start shooting at us.
I'd rather take it slow and see if we can learn anything before we go in there.
Make a joke about taking it slow since you were just on top of Kane in the kitchen. Hey.
If someone wants to make a computer, is that the right?
For what? Like scanning?
Yeah.
Scanning could be computers, but you're just going to have me rolling everything this episode.
I mean, Zarko's on backup.
You're focused
right?
on piloting right now, so I think it would have to be one of the other crew.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm doing. Co-pilot. I'm like, oh gosh. So
yeah, you could definitely make a computer check to kind of do a scan of the planet. You're close enough as you've kind of pulled out of this floating circle of debris.
all right.
Instead of heading to the cockpit, Kane's going to go head to... We have a gun, don't we?
Yeah, we have a gun.
Yeah.
I fired it once.
We got
I missed.
We got dorsal and ventral.
Ooh, dorsal for sure.
Is the pool set?
No, it's not. It's not
right.
even remotely set.
No worries.
It is now set.
All right. Computers, here we go. Make sure I click the right one. Whoa, I got absolutely nothing out of all those dice.
Yeah, so as you're checking over the scanners, you're seeing some similar stuff. It's just not quite working right. You're smacking it on the side, doing some good.
I don't get it, Vosk. I mean, nothing makes sense right now. None of these readings are normal.
Yeah,
it's like this whole space is broken.
But from what you can tell, you can't see anything that indicates planetary defenses, or even there's a little bit of life coming off the planet, but there's not like settlements or cities or anything like that.
Got it. I begin to head toward the planet.
Mm-hmm.
Living on the edge, eh? I love it.
Welcome to life on the Outer Rim, man.
So as you kind of break through the atmosphere, you see Azzy's, hey, AZA Studios, welcome.
Hey, I love it. Thanks for the raid.
So as you kind of break through the atmosphere of this strange, it's a small planet too, and like it's a small star. It's not surprising that it's actually been off the radar, like off the map. Like you'd have to know that it was here to find it.
And the subscription.
Yeah, thank you so much for the subscription.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And
It's funny that you do that because they were just doing that on their stream earlier, and there were lots of jokes about sausage fingers and how this doesn't look like a heart and everything. Like,
is that a heart?
that is oddly ironic of you, Stephen.
It's like a heart when I do it.
My life is ironic. I don't even have to try. So as you break through this atmosphere, these clouds are dark. They almost have like a brownish tint to them. Those of you who have lived in LA, got a real nice smog flavor going on.
I recall.
Yeah. And you break through, and as you're kind of hovering over this, you see on the ground, it's a lot of dark rock and rock shapes. Though there are some like almost boggy looking areas as you're flying over the ground. There's not a lot of plant life. There is a little, but what you do notice, there's a lot of cracks with just steam and heat coming out, like almost contributing to these nasty clouds as you're going over them.
And
Do we want to like do a loop or something and like fly around a bit, see if we see any settlements or anything, or you just want to get straight down on the planet here?
that's kind of what I was going to ask is, Stephen, you said that we picked up some life forms on the scan, but not necessarily like full-on settlements or anything. So when we get down here, do we see any sign of previous inhabitation? Like, are there road beds? Are there anything that could be strewed as having been man-made?
There is the perfect opportunity for a perception check.
Also, I just had a thought of like, could I, having looked at the coordinates, been like, yeah, I know roughly what area of space we would be in, or like what planets would be around here, just like with background of like where I grew up, would I know?
Everything indicates that there's nothing here. So like even as they were looking at maps and stuff like that, like I said, the two closest systems were Nalhutta and Toydaria.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's no none of the hyperspace lanes go through here. It's
none of the family sketchy contacts mentioned anything around here. Cool.
Cool. What I will say before you even make the perception check, what you can tell is there's no rhyme or reason to the chunks of ships that are floating around here.
Are there ships on the planet, like pieces?
There are some chunks of ships, yes.
Okay.
So that's set. Pool set for whoever would like to make a perception. Would like to make the perception check.
Zarko.
Yes, please. Get a boost die. You want me to do that myself? No, wait. Well, let's see. Do I actually get a boost die for this?
Tell me why you would get a boost die.
Because my spiffy new goggles. What is this for?
I don't think you're still in the ship.
Right on. Okay.
I don't think your goggles would be super beneficial yet.
Yeah, I'm not. There's no prey.
Yeah.
I'm not actively hunting.
That you know of.
Right. We might be getting hunted, but all right. Perception. Here we go. Wait. What? Yeah. Okay. Oof. Failure and an advantage. One failure, one advantage.
This is not going well tonight.
Yeah, there's no real signs of life that stick out to you. You're not even really sure.
Like, is this thing working? Bam, bam, bam.
Yeah.
Stop hitting things. That doesn't fix things.
True.
You will, with your advantage, I will give you a small little token of hope. kind of out of your peripheral vision, you think you see a light flash. Like a beacon or
boss,
something like
did you see that? Did you see that out there?
No, I didn't see anything. What you got?
All right, I thought I saw something flash out there on the horizon.
Which
Starboard
direction?
or port? Got him.
Stop.
Got him.
Yeah, right. I'm trying. Well, here's the thing: is like I'm pointing to my right, but on the screen it's different. So now I'm like trying to translate it in 3 different directions. Anyway, off that way.
All right, I'm going to turn the ship that way.
Okay, so as you head that
Whether
way,
that was port or starboard, I don't remember.
as you head that way, there's 3 large cracks in the ground. That's steam coming up. There are some like large ponds. There are a few flatter surfaces, but again, there's nothing that indicates that something is alive that you can see from the ship. Or at least by alive, I mean like there's nothing that indicates that there's like a settlement of humanoid people, things, creatures, beings.
All of the above.
You see the occasional like strange looking bird. Doesn't really actually have feathers, but it's flying away. It's almost like a pterodactyl.
Oh,
Friend for Space Puppy?
yeah. Dinosaurs are canon now, so
Yeah.
Technically, I said almost like a pterodactyl. So
almost dinosaurs. Dinosaur light. New
Dinosaur adjacent.
Dinosaurs 0
yeah,
are canon.
yep.
No calories.
Y'all have seen Star Wars. There's all sorts of stuff that are like dinosaurs in there.
Wait, are they Minox?
No,
Oh.
you don't want them to be. Do you want them to be Minox?
Fair, no, I don't. That's fair. No.
All right,
Dinosaurus. I like it. Way to
Time
go.
out. Yeah, I was gonna say Mike in chat's Dinosaurus.
Amazing.
1 million internet points for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to run another game just for that comment.
Just for that. Dinosaurus. I need to write that down.
I'm gonna have Diveris in space just because of that comment.
Just take Tomb of Annihilation and port it to the Star Wars RPG.
Got it.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I'm putting Dinosaurus in the player notes so that we always remember it.
Perfect.
You are now in Tabletop Galaxy canon lore.
Yep.
Because of that comment. So good job. All right. Well, I don't have much information to go on at this point, so I'm still kind of just flying. I am not like low to the ground. Like I need to dodge hills and mountains. We are mid atmosphere, kind of cruising at this point. I was kind of like keeping an eye out for this flash that Zarko said he saw, but I haven't seen an additional flash.
Yeah. I will say, staying in that spot, it takes a couple hours. You do see a flash from one of these crevices again.
Okay,
Kind of coming from inside, almost like it.
There, right in there, that crevasse down there. Let's go.
I'm gonna head down. I'm gonna start to descend, but I'm also gonna make a comment. Oh, crevasse, we're fancy now, Zarko.
There is actually a difference. I don't know what it is, but I know there's a difference.
It's whether you're fancy or not.
I'm just, look at him. He's sitting over here. He's got his goggles on, like he's the rough and tumble like go man, and he's all like crevasse instead of like, hey, in that hole over there.
I like to use the proper terminology. What can I say? It's a throwback to my parents and my upbringing.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Zarko. I know you are a learned fellow.
Wait, I Merriam-Webstered it. Technically, Zarko's correct. A crevice is a narrow opening, and a crevasse is much bigger.
Well, then these are more of crevasses.
There we go.
Welcome to Tabletop Galaxies, an educational stream.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
Sausage fingers, puns about dinosaurs, crevasse definition. So
We have layers.
Good stuff.
Yeah. What I'm saying is Duros are like onions.
We're really giving the people what the people want.
Now that we're at Shrek jokes, let's get back
Let's
on.
rein it in.
Yeah, let's rein it in.
So what are you doing? As you see this light flash again, you don't see the specific source, but you see it as it kind of, you know what, like bright LEDs do against steam or smoke.
Okay.
That's kind of what you see.
Then, in layman terms, I'm going down. I'm yelling timber. Okay, last one.
No,
I
it's
send the
not.
ship towards the crevasse.
It's not even close to the last one, and you know it.
You better roll a piloting check then.
I definitely want to investigate this a little closer.
You're
That's
going
when-
into the smoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when 11 seconds of Timber by Kesha plays on the sound system.
Oh man.
Kesha is absolutely canon.
Star Wars canon, done.
Yeah.
Still got the dollar sign?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Got it.
It's a
I didn't-
credit sign.
It's the credit sign? Okay.
Credit sign. But
Got
it's
it.
pronounced like an S.
Got it.
So because of the wow. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Well, I don't know words.
Because of the steam, I have a setback.
Yeah, because visually you're.
I could run this system.
Yeah, you can. You probably could do it better than me.
I did it one
Actually, I
time
know
for
you
12
can.
episodes.
Can I, seeing as how I am wearing the new goggles and got them for just these kind of situations,
Sure.
there's some way I'm
Oh
able
my
to
gosh.
assist him, like
Yeah.
You can throw out a boost die
boost.
for
You are
those.
holding up binoculars to a car window.
It's like infrared binoculars to a car window, though. So
You know,
All right.
All right, so we're back to Jurassic Park.
Dinosaurus.
all right.
The pull is set.
Yes, sir.
Clicking the button. 3 advantage.
Okay. So as you're going down, we're gonna need another roll on the crit chart,
Arg.
and we're gonna subtract
Ooh.
10.
I'm so mad at you all for hurting my ship.
Oh, shucks. I thought we were going to land and then investigate. I didn't know we were trying to fly right there.
You're the one with the goggles, man. I lost the crit button. There it is. I'm gonna roll the thing, so disregard what that says and subtract.
Subtract 10, so it will be a 1.
It will be a 1.
Nice.
Where is?
Also, mad props to me for rolling a 1 on
job.
my D100, so you're welcome.
Thank you. Good job.
It was just a light tap.
So the ship suffers 1 point of system strain as kind of at the last second. I feel like you see is it stalagmite or
Hey, look
stalactite
out, look out.
that comes
All
from
right.
the ground. Whichever
Merriam-Webster,
one.
here we
You just-
come.
You just pull up on it.
Stalagmites go up and stalactites go down.
Nice. So yeah, there's just a huge stalagmite that you just managed to pull up, like kind of give the thrusters everything you got to avoid actually colliding with it. You take the point of strain. There are 2 crits on your ship currently, though.
Yikes.
Do you know how a full, like, grown-ass man that works for the military remembers that?
I would
Because they-
Stalactites hold tight to the ceiling.
And stalagmites might get there one day.
This has been one of the most educational sessions of an RPG
It's
that I've
true.
ever been a part of.
This is so great.
So you're welcome, internet.
Is Kane jostled enough that we end up in each other's laps again?
Oh my god.
Yeah, just holding you like a baby.
One hand.
The princess catch, but one-handed. Yes.
But side note, ever since I watched The Witcher, I feel like Kane is Geralt. It's how I picture him.
In space.
I can
That's
just
awesome.
I can
Space
hear the
Geralt.
cane like
I love
So you pull up on the thrusters. You feel that engine just pushing against you and kind of fighting you, though you avoid the stalagmite. And as you kind of break down, you see that this cavern that you're in, it's almost like the planet has a whole crust over it.
like pudding that
And-
sat out too long.
Like what?
Like pudding when it gets to the crust and
I don't
cracks?
like that
No.
picture.
Well, I
Please
mean,
get
it's kind of a
anything
gross
else.
place, so yes. But yeah, you see huge columns of rock that are like naturally formed somehow, and something has like emptied out as far as you can see in either direction, where there are stalagmites and stalactites. There's columns, and you see a metal platform that looks as though it's designed for ships to land on.
Can we see anything that it's attached to, or is it just a landing pad?
It's a landing pad. It looks like it kind of goes into the rocks.
Well, what is that doing out here?
Well, looks like we have a spot to land, but that's
Is it a
That's a
safe
little-
spot to land?
it is a safe spot to land in terms of this planet and the space around it. However, I don't know if anyone's monitoring that particular spot. In terms of this pad, it looks like just a flat pad. Like there's not support equipment and stuff out there.
Not that you can see. It does seem to be the source of the light that you've been following. As every minute or two, just there's a bright flashing.
A beacon light.
Exactly. One of you, if you want, can make a survival check if you want to look for a alternate spot to land.
Should we look for somewhere else to land, or what are we doing here?
I'm fine setting it down on the pad, but if you want to look for somewhere a little more low key,
What is everyone's survival?
If someone's monitoring that pad, there's no way they haven't spotted us already.
right.
It's-
That's what I'm kind of thinking is whoever this is, they if they've got some kind of insulation built out here, we may have got through the debris field without being picked up. But the moment we drop down on the planet, like this is not the kind of place that removes itself from all records, but then doesn't keep an eye out on the skies.
Well, let's just give it a shot and see how it goes.
All right, Kane.
I mean, how
you might-
bad?
Kane, you might want to get your guns ready because we're
Say-
going in.
Say how bad could it be again?
I mean, how bad could it be?
Perfect.
Oh, it can be very bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
it can be very bad.
yeah.
I can name a lot of things that would make this worse right now.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look on the bright side. Look, here we go, though. We really need to have a story together. Why are we here? Ship problem. Didn't know what else to do. Thought we were
I
going to
mean,
blow up.
With how he's
Housekeeping.
flying, it's pretty much the honest truth that we do, in fact, need to
Hey,
get
hey,
made.
hey, hey, hey. Vosk is doing the best he can.
I mean, am I though? As I'm like parking it on the pad.
Yeah. So you
He's like texting while driving.
you land on the pad, and no one comes out to greet you. It's quiet.
Is it safe to breathe out there?
Beep,
I
boop,
imagine
beep, boop.
Yes.
Okay.
as you check.
Ship says yes.
Your favorite astromech says you hear boop, 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 boop. Says, you guys gonna fix whatever you did to my ship? You idiots.
My ship.
If it's your ship, you wouldn't ran it into anything.
We'll put it on the to-do list.
Yeah, you will. So I'm assuming you guys are disembarking.
Yes.
I mean, no reason not to.
what
Kane-
are
walks into
Kai
the-
and Shay doing right now?
Yeah, Zark's already.
I thought they weren't.
Did we leave them behind on Arshada, or did we just
No, they came with
drag
you.
them along?
They came
Hmm.
with us, of course. Zarko
Sweet.
is like already practically out. He's got his backpack on, his gear's ready. Like he's already by the exit.
So you see Kai and Shay, both of them actually have these kind of like darker robed hood cloaks. They've got both have utility belts. They have some decent sized looking blasters and a couple other pieces of equipment. They look surprisingly prepared
Awesome.
compared to what you saw. Kai is or excuse me, Shay, as you all are kind of prepping to leave, says, we're going to go do some scouting. And if we see anything, we'll let you know. I hope you will do the same. Be safe out there.
Just keep your comm channels open. We'll be scouting as well. Trying to figure out where we are.
Absolutely.
And whenever this planet has a nightfall, be back before then. And if not, we'll try and find you.
Sure.
Okay.
We are underground, so.
Okay, that's fair.
Kane walks through the cargo hold and like sort of punches the side to hit the button to activate the landing ramp. Gun drawn at the ready.
And
Zarko's already at the end, like jumping on it.
As right before you go, Kai says, I was noticing, is something wrong with your ventilation? That in the cargo hold, it was, I could not change the temperature. It's warm in there.
Yeah, that happens. Sorry. We try not to store any perishable foods in there. That's kind of all we can do right now.
Well,
The droid's been yelling at us to fix everything, but we can only get to so much at a time.
there's something back there.
Like there's something back there?
Like cheese or
Kane,
meat
What?
or
you have food back there again, didn't you?
No. It was
I
in the
thought you-
kitchen, like you told me to. That's where I put the food now.
Oh, all right.
Probably.
Hey, we don't have time for this, folks. We'll deal with it when we get back.
So 2 critical injuries and smelling stuff in the cargo hold. All right.
and they both they check their comm links and everything. Both of them pull their blasters out, and they say, well, Shay says, well, good luck. We'll be in contact. They walk
All right.
down.
I pull out my knife just to feel like I also have a weapon.
Vosk is carrying the disruptor pistol like out in the open in his holster, and he has his his standard blaster out and at the ready. But previously I've been hiding the totally illegal weapon, and I don't care anymore.
Zarko is like fully in his data pad, just like taking notes and like just looking around and making all these observations. And
Yeah.
he's like a kid in a candy
Kane, you
store.
want to take point?
And he keeps walking. He's already ahead of everybody.
That's
He's
why I'm
already
asking.
out.
That's why I'm asking Kane if he wants to get up there before you walk
Very
into
good idea.
something.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Yeah.
So as you kind of walk down the ramp from your ship, you get this warm, muggy feeling. Something is producing this steam. You're not sure what. It's not industrial in nature. It's got kind of there's like a mold or fungus kind of smell in it.
Niffer doesn't like it.
And
At
as you
all.
go, there are some strange looking, there's not a lot of them, but there's some strange looking plants, kind of fungus looking things, large mushrooms, a few vines. As it's dark, you can't really necessarily see.
I want to specifically
colors on
say that I closed the landing ramp on the ship, by the way,
Definitely.
Good call.
and maybe boop the Viper alarm.
Yeah, I think after the initial, after Zarko sort of like the initial excitement wears off, and he sort of like kind of brings himself back together and realizes like, wait a minute, we're actually in uncharted territory. I gotta handle myself a little differently. So he puts the data pad away, takes out his blaster, and sort of like, all right, what do we see? And he literally wants to try to get an assessment of like what is right around us.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Are
Okay.
these like grossly hot conditions where we get setback and stuff?
No, it's just.
Dang it. I wanted to use my racial ability where I didn't have that, and I wanted to brag about it.
I mean,
if
you're
you want,
not feeling it, right?
we can.
No, it's fine. I'll be really nice.
More important question, is this a situation where the boost is going to matter for the
Yes.
perception?
Yes.
Okay.
It will help
So-
you.
Do I add that, or are you?
I'll throw it in there. It is set.
Okay, okay. Perception, 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Okay. So
I'm looking for man-made installations. I'm also looking for anything that I perceive that might be a threat, and I'm also looking for anything that might be a boon, like something very useful or whatever.
Okay. So with 3 successes, I will say you notice a couple things. One, you see that this platform from above, when you were in the ship, you couldn't really tell. It goes into what look like caves, but you actually see there are some structures built in. There's a few really old looking sort of like blast doors. You see kind of where you would expect it. You see like there's some sort of like computer terminal kind of at the end of the landing platform that you landed on. And one thing in particular catches your eye is you see what looks like the head of a battle droid.
Like a B1.
Is that the
Roger.
Yeah, exactly. It's rusted. Has some stuff like some like fungus and algae and stuff have started to grow over it. But that would pique your interest as just like, what's that doing here?
Please, Steven, keep saying the word fungus over and over again. It's making me feel great.
Fungus.
Kind of the sort of fungus that might grow on some like moist toast.
Y'all.
It's moist fungus toast. And
beneficial
and
or hazardous? That's more what
He's talking about the fungus.
you can taste.
Exactly.
You can taste it or find out. And the other thing you see is you see some tracks that are off of like the man-made structures.
Humanoid, vehicular.
They look
vehicular.
No, they look like they are made by a creature that has at least 4 legs.
Okay.
You said there was a computer terminal.
Mm-hmm.
Does it appear to be on or have any power to it?
Hey Vosk, you want to check that terminal up there? There's an installation back there, and we better watch out. It looks like there's something crawling around here. Maybe 4 legs. Looks kind of big. Kane, you keep your eyes out, huh?
Of course.
I mean, I'll also watch. Just gonna point that out.
Anybody got an idea why there might be a battle droid down here? This ain't looking good.
Those things haven't been used for a couple of decades, so let's see if there's any information on this terminal.
I got your back.
Why don't it doesn't appear to be on. You can give me, I will say it looks like there's a way you could power it on. Why don't you give me a computer check?
Sure.
And it's just a straight average check.
Sure. I'm on the wrong tab of my character sheet because I was looking at my inventory. I am ready when you are.
It's set.
Okay.
Fungus.
There's a fungus among
It's like reverse ASMR.
Fungus. Yeah.
Vosk's computer check was 3 successes and an advantage. My first completely good roll of the night.
Nice. Yeah. So you kind of pop off one of the panels on there as you just normal power doesn't turn it on. And you just see some of the wires just need to be reconnected, and it's not too difficult for you. Get it back going, and you see this computer terminal turn back on. What are you looking for in it?
Some kind of information on like either who made this place or what it is. You know, normally on these sorts of systems, it'll have a designation or a company logo.
Even the language might give us some clues.
Yeah, something.
Sponsored by SpaceX.
You shoot.
Even if it's just like West Landing Pad, you know, like I can.
Where did that go?
But if it's like Cyberdyne Systems logo as it boots up and then makes the Windows chime, like.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I accidentally closed off one of my Google Docs.
No worries.
It does give you some information. So you power on the computer or the
And
terminal.
it's still running Windows 95.
Windows 3.1.
Good one.
And as it comes up, it's a form of Hutties that comes up.
That makes
and
sense.
Kind of what you get from it as it starts to load. It says Doc 3. The remnant of the Ash Angel.
It says the remnant of the Ash Angel.
Mm-hmm. And then it says Evoke Sanctuary, and I will.
Yeah, please spell for the player notes.
Hey, Zarko, you remember the stuff that Ellie got on the data pad? It started with Evoke, and we weren't sure what that word is. That word's on here.
Yeah.
That word's on this console. It says it's some kind of sanctuary.
Evoke. Yeah, Evoke. I feel like is that a race, a species or something?
That's more your forte than mine. Like,
Mr. Space Dungeon Master, is that something I might be able to use my knowledge to recall?
Yeah, you can make a knowledge. Do you have any specific knowledge?
Well, I'm thinking either xenology, which I am trained in, or no, sorry, it's part of my career. Xenology, or Outer Rim. I don't know what else.
Yeah, you can use xenology.
Okay. Do you want to set the pool for me?
I have lore if that helps. Like,
It
I
is-
don't know.
That wouldn't hurt.
Really? I love when crazy things that I throw out work.
Yeah, I would say you can assist him.
Sweet.
Okay. So that upgrades. Well, no, wait. What's your skill with lore? Or how are we doing that?
Lore is a
using
different check than
so it's-
xenology.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's in?
I could use either. I mean, they're both in my career. I don't have any ranks in them, but it's identical. I have three. I'm ranked
On both of them.
Yeah, 3 green.
If they're identical, why don't you guys use lore? That is more fitting.
Okay.
I have 1 green and 1 yellow on lore.
So I can upgrade 1 yellow, yeah? 1 yellow to 2 green, yeah? Sweet. So now, what I do is I hit upgrade on here somehow.
I can do it on my end.
Let him do it. You don't do anything.
Okay, perfect.
Upgrade.
I really like playing this system on Roll20 because it's very much like, I just don't touch things.
Yeah.
People
I
tell
feel
me
like
what
I
to
don't totally know the system if I was playing in person with dice.
do. Same. Thank you, Roll20.
Yeah. Roll20, show sponsor.
Everyone say thank you to AZA.
Yes,
Thank
good
you,
night,
AZA.
AZA. The best.
You're a rock star.
Times 10.
Times 11 from me. It's set whenever you're ready.
Lore incoming. 2 success, 1 threat.
Okay. So
It's coming back. Just let's see. I must have read about this or maybe had a conversation somewhere.
I think with that threat, let's throw a strain on you.
Sure.
Just everything going on. You're trying
Strain.
to stay aware of these tracks, these pieces. You and Ellie are talking about something. You've got a lot on your mind.
Multitasking.
But as you two kind of talk through it, one of you picks up on this old story that I feel like it would be more likely for Ellie to have heard about the Hutts. That there was some race that lived on Nal Hutta before the Hutts did, called the Evoki, that the Hutts basically displaced, enslaved, and drove out, and pushed them to Nar Shaddaa, and then did the same thing in Nar Shaddaa, pushed them either underground, and they're for the most part unheard of or lost.
I love
Good time.
this story. This is so cool.
Yeah. That's right. They were around a long time ago. Maybe Huh. So this might have been some underground place they came to hide out.
For reference, it's like before the Old Republic.
It's older than our ship. I didn't think anything was older than our ship.
So what are you doing? You guys have kind of some paths you could go down.
While all of that was going on, I'd like to have gone to check out that B1 battle droid.
Okay. What are you looking for?
A friend.
I'm just gonna go see what it's doing there. I'd like to, if it's like sitting, if its head sitting up there, I want to kick it.
Yeah. So as you look at it, it's just the head. There's not the rest of it. I will give you. You can tell that the head was fairly meticulously removed. Like when you look at the wiring and stuff like that, the wires are cut very cleanly. Like it was removed intentionally and not in a battle situation.
Pick it up and say, "Alas, poor Yorick." I knew him.
I am gonna pay. I'm gonna take
excellent
it.
Fancy.
You're gonna take the head.
Yeah, I'll take the head.
Look, we even got a Shakespeare reference in tonight. Good job, us.
We're so great.
We are so refined.
So as we're going, I will give this to you, Zarko, since you've indicated that you're going to kind of keep a vigilant eye out.
Absolutely.
You hear a low coming from where those tracks came.
That's even worse than hearing you say fungus. Great.
Fungus.
Hey, friends, I think we might have company. Kane?
I quit playing with my computer and I draw my blaster.
Your computer?
yeah.
You literally just found it. Stop saying things are yours.
Finders keepers.
I'm gonna duck behind. There's stalagmites around.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna duck behind one of those.
That's a good choice. I do the same.
Everybody find some cover.
Okay.
I hide behind my computer.
Hold on.
And then I'm
Hold the
gonna
battle droid head up in front of me and hide.
I'm gonna find a rock to pick up and I'm gonna throw it in the direction of the noise. He looked at me like I shouldn't have done that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think Zarko's just tuning his goggles right now and just trying to scan the.
Yeah, I have mine on too. They're probably not as helpful, but I'm trying.
So as you're scanning, you hear this click, 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 click from the rock that came through, and that, and you see coming bounding through this like 8-legged creature.
Poppy.
That's and this is how Ellie dies.
I
Ellie
broke
tries
Steven.
And Zarko, as you've been looking, you can see that its fur is like matted and almost like got like dreads, just as its fur is caked in filth. It's got like this spine thing that goes down its back, and its mouth is got those like 4 mandible thing going on as it screams at you and starts running. And we're gonna need to roll initiative.
That doesn't look too friendly. Oh.
And
Remember, on your sheets, if you go to the combat page, is where the actual initiative rolls are, so you don't roll them straight on your skill page.
yep, and you all have
I'm also clearing the turn list for you, Stephen.
We were prepared for this, right?
yes.
Yay.
Prepared as vigilance. Cool. Okay, thank you.
Like
It says it on there.
Be cool, man.
Right. Wait, which page is it on?
Combat.
Comment. Thank you.
Anyone have any idea why those are the way that they are? To me, I feel like they're backwards. Cool and
Hey,
vigilant.
I think that vigilance is just like kind of that natural, like
Yeah, if you're
you're
very
reflexes.
vigilant, it doesn't matter that you're caught off guard.
cool is like
If
cool
you're
is
playing it cool and you're ready for anything,
yeah, cool
If
is
you're
like
cool-
I know there's an AT-AT coming at me, and it's cool.
It's all right.
I'm ready for it.
I don't think anyone has ever said that phrase before. There's an AT-AT coming at me, and I'm ready for it.
no. For the initiatives, we have Vosk at 3 successes. We have Kane at 1 success and 1 advantage. We have Ellie at 4 successes and 1 advantage. And Zarko at 2 successes. I believe our monster has rolled 3 successes and 2 advantages, though.
Yeah, that doesn't look like
Still
it put them
beat
in
it.
order.
I got you, fam.
I like people who know how to do things.
Which means it is 2 PCs, an NPC, and 2 PCs.
And so at this point, it's medium range away from you all, though it's fairly obscured. So it will be it's a little more difficult to see as it's kind of going in between these different like stalagmites.
That won't work.
But who's going first?
I'm gonna shoot at
Kane.
it if. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either Kane or me. Well, yeah. I like
We all
to do
just
it
kind of look
before
at
it
the
acts.
people with the big guns.
Okay, and range bands. I forgot. I think.
Unless you want me to go first and try to roll some advantage and then pass that to you, Kane.
Yeah, I think Zarko and Kane would go first because I get a boost if I shoot before they act.
I think that's
Okay.
So I would
Do
definitely
Zarko
like
first and
withdraw.
then Kane.
Perfect. All right. So I'm definitely going to use my skill, which is quick strike. So when I perform a combat check during combat, the character adds 1 boost die per rank of quick strike to combat checks against any target that has not yet acted in the encounter. I should also get a boost. Well, is it foggy and steamy here? Are we like having issue with the light, or are we just kind of staring?
It's there's not fog necessarily directly from you. They're coming from the vents or surrounding you. It is dark though.
Okay, so then I'm gonna get the boost from the goggles too.
Okay.
I think, right? I mean, that's inventory.
Yeah, I mean, read it to me again.
Add 1 boost to die to perception checks made to locate, blah blah blah, and remove 2 setback dice from ranged light or heavy checks due to concealment, fog and mist, or light conditions. So if it's dark and we're getting a setback,
Okay, so you remove so you don't get boosts, you remove the setbacks.
for that, yeah,
Which is different. Okay, so you're actually going to have no setbacks
beautiful,
as you take the shot.
love that. But 1 boost for the skill, I guess.
All right, I will put your boost in, and you are set.
Okay. Where is my weapon? There we go. Here we go. Whew.
Nice.
2 success, 3 advantage. Beautiful. So the crit was not proc because I need 1 more advantage for that. However, that was 7 damage. I will use 2 of those advantage to pass a boost die on. Well, Kane's next in the order.
Yeah,
I guess.
just use.
So I'll use 1 to pass a boost to Kane. To I'll shoot. So Zarko pulls its blaster and draws its attention.
Mm-hmm.
So that Kane had maybe it pulls its head and exposes part of its neck or something, so that Kane has a nice open shot.
Okay.
I'm going to use. How many advantage do I need to use to then do a maneuver to take cover?
I think I don't remember if it's 2 or 3 advantage to.
There's a thing in Discord if you go look real quick.
What is it? I just pulled it up.
He's
I
trying to
wanna
use
take
an
cover.
extra maneuver.
I mean, I haven't taken a maneuver yet, but I'm
Looks like
just
2 to perform
2
an
is
immediate
it perform an
free-
immediate free maneuver.
yeah, sweet. So, but I guess I don't need to because I haven't moved and I haven't used a maneuver or anything, right? So I could do that now, right? I took my shot, and then I'm gonna dive away from Kane again to just like further draw its attention.
Split it a little bit.
Yeah, and then I guess I'll use the advantage to reduce one of my one strain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm done.
Awesome. Next PC slot. So as he fires and kind of dives behind a stalagmite, you hear the creature just and who's up?
I don't know if it's intelligent, but it looks really, really dangerous.
So Zarko shoots, dives, and from the other side of the stalagmite, Kane leans around the corner with his rifle, and I'm going to use my maneuver to aim, which will give me another boost. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Sweet. And then I'm going to take a shot at it with my 2 boost die.
Before you roll real quick, I want to explain. Steven, you asked about cover, and I had just said setback. The actual rules there is being in cover increases your defense rating by 1, and anything targeting you, your defense rating adds a setback.
Yep.
So the end there is anything shooting at something in cover has a setback, but that's why it has a setback.
Okay.
It increases the defense rating.
Okay.
Is that one setback for each defense, or just any defense gives a setback?
I imagine 1 per.
Okay.
But I'll go look.
Yeah. So like if you have a defense of 3
That's 3 setbacks.
against ranged attacks, it's 3 setback.
Yeah, and taking cover gives specifically defense 1.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Sweet.
Excellent.
Okay. Did you say you had a boost die?
2.
He aimed.
You have 2. Okay, I have the boost die in there,
Sweet.
and it's set.
All right. Pew pew.
Ooh.
Wow.
Failure
That's
and
1 failure, 3 advantage. Rolling a whole bunch of stuff.
He rolled 2 boost and 4 proficiency and did not get a success on any of them. Like none of them popped up successes.
Nope.
That was
Crazy.
rough.
Yeah, a little bit. So I'm gonna pass boost to Ellie.
What am I gonna do with it?
Ellie doesn't even have her
I
blaster
have
with
a
her.
She'll think of something.
Actually, no. We did
just
give me
pass
one
it.
of the. We did give me one of the extra blasters, though. I do have a blaster. We did give me a gun.
Yes. Actually, I thought you got
okay.
a stormtrooper blaster.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I think
well,
so.
who's going? Okay, no. So who's gonna go next, and who's going last?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can pass.
You can do
1.
both.
Yeah, right. So I can pass 1 to the next, and then use
One to
2
the
to
final.
pass 1 to Ellie. So I'll give 1 to each of you.
Deal. Thank
Okay.
you.
Just in case you're wondering.
Talk into the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Look at your phone.
You can with 3 advantage. You can also negate the targeted enemy's defensive bonus until the end of the current round, such as defense. I guess that would just be for you though.
Is it just for him or does
I don't know. It does. It actually doesn't specify. It just says.
I would
if it
imagine
says negate, but it
everybody.
doesn't say for you?
To the end of the
It just
current
says
round.
negate. So yeah, I think you could apply that to everybody. So that would be something you could do with 3. You didn't deal damage.
So mathematically, you can use your 3 advantage to give us each a boost or to remove the setback that's going to be on our rolls. And I think removal of the setback
Is better.
is mathematically better
Yeah.
there, I think.
Because well.
Yep.
Never tell me the
we'll
odds.
remove the defense.
Yeah.
So Kane leans around the corner, fires a shot off, and is hiding in the steam. Watch out.
Yeah, and I'll say as you shoot off at it, you like kind of blast a chunk of stalagmite that's kind of been one of the main pieces that it's been running behind, and it kind of illuminates it, and some of the fungi catches on fire.
On fire?
The what?
Yeah, why not? From the.
Because that's not how lasers work. That's why not.
Have you watched Star Wars? Everything's got a little flame after it gets shot.
Yeah, that's right. And technically, they're not lasers.
Right.
And it is its turn. And as the things are shooting at it, it is going to basically use 2 maneuvers. As Kane fired at it, destroyed some of its stuff, and that's the most recent thing that happened to it, and its lizard brain. And it's going to use 2 maneuvers to get into engaged combat with you. So it like kind of climbs over these rocks and rubble, and is right next to you, and you just see this enormous maw snapping at you. But that's what it can do. And Voss's turn, I think you said, was going next, correct?
Sure. So I specifically said that I have my standard blastered out, and so I'm going to use that. Even though I think this might be evolving into a disruptor pistol kind of situation. Is it still within medium range?
I'm assuming you guys were all within short range of each other.
Okay.
So I'd say it's short.
Okay.
Which helps you on the shooting.
Yes, it does.
I am, given that it's engaged, I'm going to throw a setback die in. I don't remember if that's exactly how it's supposed to work.
I mean, you're the DM. You can say that, and I'll go look it up.
But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. And if I'm wrong, somebody can correct me, and that's fine.
Sure. I will go look it up as soon as I shoot my shot. Let me know when you're ready.
It is ready. Oh, wait, no, it's not.
Remove the setback, and I have... I will use a maneuver to aim then, since I don't need to run to it.
Yeah, so it's setbacks from the defense and the cover are gone. I'm throwing one in there because you're concerned about shooting your homie.
Friendo.
Yeah.
Cool. Ready?
It is good to go. There's a boost die in there for you from the aiming.
My shot is 1 success and 3 advantages, which unfortunately is not enough to crit. So I do 6 damage to it.
Okay.
And I will use 2 advantages to use a maneuver to move into cover, and I will use 1 advantage to pass a boost to Ellie.
Okay. And Ellie, it is your turn.
I just have the regular blaster pistol that they gave me from the stormtroopers, so I guess I'll just like take a shot with that.
Okay.
I can do this.
Good luck, Kane.
I think this is the first time that I've actually fired a gun.
You can set it to stun if you want.
I mean, I kind of wanna.
Please don't feed this thing and bring it on my ship.
It's not your ship. You know what? Just for that, I am taming this thing. We're doing it. Wait, I have kill with kindness. Can I just tame it that way?
Is that's a thing?
I mean, I get to talk better because
no. You don't speak any languages that it speaks.
Yeah, but I look drastically different than everyone else. Maybe I look nicer. I'm purple.
The shooting pool is set.
Okay.
I mean, you can try to talk to it. I won't stop you.
Nah, I shot it once.
Hey, you did the thing.
Yay.
That worked.
Say what you got.
It worked. I got 1 success and that's it.
Nice. And I will say, kind of after this round of you all shooting it, and 3 of you actually hitting it, you get the sense that like it's got this like thick skin or scales, and it's taken a lot to even hurt it. It seems like as you're shooting it, it's just getting more mad. And
it was like going for Kane, right? So did I like hit it from like behind or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, you hit it where its tail meets its torso.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Sure.
And it is a PC slot. The round is over.
Zarko?
It is snapping.
Did it do anything different because it was stun?
The way mechanically stun works,
Yeah.
Strain damage.
is it takes
bummer.
strain, but it is not a nemesis, and so it doesn't actually have strain.
Good deal.
So it does
Goes
damage.
to wounds.
sweet.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Zarko would just take another shot. This time he's going to take a moment to aim to get the boost. So I should get 2 boosts, 1 for the aiming. And oh no, I just removed the setback.
just
That's
1.
right. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
just 1.
Yep. And there's still that 1 setback for the fact that it's engaged with with Kane as it's snapping. And
Don't worry about the
actually
setback. I can take it.
And so Zarko takes a moment, like, to make sure he's gonna find a soft spot, and he says,
Oh no.
he says, "Hey, if anybody's gonna kill him, it's gonna be me." And then he takes a shot at this thing.
okay, your pool set.
Okay. 2 kids with one-liners.
If
now.
anybody's gonna kill Kane, it's gonna be me.
Next, you're both going to be arguing over who gets to eat it.
Hey, 1 success, 1 advantage.
All right.
Passing on a boost, and that is 6 damage.
All right.
Whittling
Yeah, I did
away at
7,
it.
if anyone wants to know.
We don't know what its soak is.
Can we have a rules second?
Mm-hmm.
Making ranged attacks that engage targets. Sometimes characters may want to attack a target that's engaged with another character. If the 2 characters are both enemies, the attacker may not worry about whom he might hit. However, if one character is an ally, things become more dangerous. When attacking a target engaged with an ally, the attacker upgrades the difficulty of the check, which is actually more dangerous than just setback. So you've been going easy on us.
You're welcome.
Upgrade the difficulty of the check by 1. Okay. In addition, if the attack's next check succeeds but generates at least 1 despair, that despair is automatically spent to make the attacker hit one of the individuals engaged with the target instead of the target.
Dang.
Nice.
So
Yikes.
upgrade the summary there. Upgrade the attack, and the despair automatically means you hit Kane.
All right.
You want me to re-roll?
No,
No,
I mean
just
you rolled what you rolled, and
Yeah.
learn.
Is it just is the despair just count as 1 hit or the full hit?
it
think
it
it
makes
means-
what he rolled target you instead.
Gotcha.
All right. We have another PC slot.
I'll take it.
Mr. Big Gun.
You
And
get
he-
a boost.
Kane will look at Zarko and he'll say, "Now, if anyone's gonna kill this thing, it's gonna be me."
Oh,
And he takes his rifle and like shoves it up into the beast's mouth.
I
With
get to
my
read the-
boost. What?
I was gonna say, do you need me to read the next paragraph on this page, which is
No.
making ranged attacks while engaged?
Sure.
Any opponent engaged with a character when they make a ranged attack may add 1 boost die to their next brawl or melee check against that character. So the thing gets a boost to attack you because you attacked it in range.
Fair.
In addition, the difficulty of some ranged attacks increases while engaged. So we look at this little chart here. Are you using ranged heavy?
Yes. And I have a forearm grip, so it reduces the ranged heavy to 1 purple.
Okay. What happens is it increases the difficulty by 2, and then all your other things still apply. So it adds 2 purple to the check. And since you're at engaged, it would be 1, so it would be 3 purple, and then reduce as needed.
And I'll use my maneuver to aim
Okay.
as well.
So,
So I'll
your
get
boost.
get my 2 boosts there. Plus
Okay.
the slew of purple.
Sorry, did you say there were anything about setbacks or anything like that in it, or I was reading something? Bueller?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, then it's set.
Sweet.
I'm going to laugh so hard if Ellie ends up killing this thing, you guys.
All right, here we go.
I'm going to be arguing.
Okay. Also question, because I feel like I want to flip a light side point here to upgrade my check. So I'm at 4 yellow. Does that add me another green? Is that
Yes.
how that works?
Mhm.
Okay. I want to flip one. I'm going to upgrade it because this thing's in my face.
Do it.
I mean,
Okay.
you're
Proud of
also
you.
in its face, so
All
comes around, goes around.
Push your button.
right. I did it. I pushed it.
Okay, I upgraded it.
Okay. Whew, here we go. Woo! All right, that is 1 success
Big time.
and a lot of advantage. 1,
That's a-
2,
that's a
3,
crit.
4, 5 advantage. So yeah, that is a crit.
It doesn't show the information for your weapon.
It does sometimes, but it didn't on that one. It's crit
you-
free.
Are you clicking the skill on the skill page or the weapon on the weapon page?
Oh, I definitely pasted the skill. That's my bad.
Go click the weapon just so that we can see it. It's on the combat tab.
I think it's that one. Ba-ba.
Okay, so yeah, 10 damage, and
That's critical 3. I adjusted it from that thing I bought that I wasn't supposed to. And then I had to return it, but I didn't upgrade my critical, so it's 3 critical.
So you can crit and still pass stuff.
Yeah. 2, 3. And then I have 2 left. All right, so that's 9, 10 damage to the beast.
And then there's a button on here that I can crit on it, right?
You can, yeah.
Critical injuries. Roll critical.
As I
Useful.
Blah,
The critical was a 51. Increase the difficulty of all presence and willpower checks by 1 difficulty die until the end of the counter. Our giant swamp monster has even less of a presence about it.
So Kane shoves the end of his gun into this thing's face and fires off a few laser shots as it's like taking off parts of the mouth and chunks of the face.
Okay. So as you shoot it and it takes that, it rears back with, and you see these huge long claws, and it comes down to bite you.
So sorry, real quick. I'm also going to use my other 2 advantage to give it a setback on its next attack.
Okay.
He was just gonna say it like dies on top of you, but you know, sure.
But now it's going to attack you.
Sorry.
So you give it a setback, but it also gets a boost because you shot it in melee.
Right.
Boost. Whoop.
I could take it.
That wasn't supposed to happen. And it goes.
Come at me, beast.
Where's its brawl?
You guys.
Okay. That is wrong. Oh, because the GM pool is up.
Oh no.
Yeah, we're going to re-roll that. Sorry, y'all.
I'm going to have to get that like 1 second, wrong take
Rewind.
boop.
The
and
record
it does,
scratch?
no, it does the beep
Wait.
and it has the like,
Take 2.
yeah, the take.
Okay. That's right. That's right. Now push the button, Steven.
Haha!
Congratulations, you fixed the dice and somehow rolled even worse.
Nice. So 2 advantage, it is going to not do very much.
Talk into the microphone.
Boo, boo, boo.
It's going to add a setback to Kane's next action.
Y'all are just trading blows.
as it screams at you, tries to bite and doesn't, and you manage to dodge out of the way. Excuse me. Now I needed to move out of the mic. Getting everything backwards. Sorry. And it's a PC turn as it's still snapping back and forth. Kane's trying to blast it and dodging back and forth as well.
How bad does it look? I really want to kill it just to shut them up.
It looks mad.
I'm gonna let you go so that maybe you can.
All right. Let's
Is
do
Ellie
it.
taking the initiative? I love it. Do it.
Yep.
For
Doing
completely
it.
selfless reasons, of course.
Okay.
I just want you guys to stop fighting, okay?
And I believe, no, that's fine. Okay.
It is
cool.
engaged with
It's engaged.
Kane.
Yes.
Remember, you need to upgrade her attack
For what?
for it being engaged with Kane. She has to upgrade the difficulty of her attack.
Yes, I did that. Thank you.
Okay.
And yep, it's all set.
You liar.
Me?
That is not an upgraded attack.
Her attack is upgraded?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
First-
It would normally be 2, but it's 3. 1 setback and 2,
That's not what upgrade means.
doesn't it? I thought the
Upgrade
setback
turns purple into a red.
Oh, I thought I added another purple.
I see.
Well,
If
let's
it-
go with what.
So it should be 1 black and 1 red. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Cool. I'm learning too. That's why I'm asking.
So upgrades change yellows or change greens to yellows and purples to reds. If you have no greens or no purples, you add a new one of those things. And so, for example, if it was 1 purple, the first upgrade would add it and make it 1 red. And the next upgrade would make it 1 red, 1 purple. And then the next upgrade would make it 2 reds, so on and so forth.
Okay. Well, let's go with
again?
what. Yeah, sure.
She just wants to roll that despair.
Maybe.
Ellie's doesn't have anything upgraded though. Correct?
Right, just the bad stuff.
Okay.
Look, maybe if they accidentally get hit while I'm trying to fire, then they'll shut up. I mean, no, I'm not celebrating that.
That's not a despair though, so you didn't shoot anybody.
Right.
Just goes flying by, and I believe that leaves us at Zarko.
Hey, watch it! I'm over here.
No, it's
Oh,
Vosk.
excuse me, Vosk.
I'm going to use a light side point because I want to be the champion who rolls a triumph and a despair on the same attack.
We are using the light side points for the most noble of purposes.
Okay. I got your upgrade in there. I got its upgrade in there. It's good. It should be right.
Buckle up.
Oh, that's
Voss
amazing.
got just a triumph, and that triumph technically still has its success in there. Nope, the
no,
success is canceled by a failure, so it is just a triumph with nothing.
Yeah.
Triumph is upgrade difficulty of the targeted character's next check, or upgrade any allied character's next check, or do something vital.
I'm gonna upgrade Kane's next check.
Okay. And then that goes back to the top of the round as this large creature is still snapping at Kane. We have a PC slot.
Zargo.
I am thinking, I'm
Save your one-liners. It doesn't look hurt yet.
Do we appear to be making any headway on this thing at all?
A little bit.
A little.
Okay.
We haven't really done any damage to it.
See, this
Yeah,
is a sign
nobody's-
that I need to tame it instead of kill it.
We haven't really hit it.
I will say, as this is happening, there is the sound of blast doors opening.
Oh, that's exactly where I was going to go with that. Is if we're not making any headway on this, is anything else happening around us? Like, are there more of them? Has anyone noticed that their guard dog is fighting visitors?
I'm just gonna give you the blast doors for now because you guys are pretty focused on the big thing trying to eat Kane.
Okay.
Who's going?
I would love to. I think I would love to because, well, I mean, what I really want to do is use my Let's Ride and try to get on top of its back.
Oh my gosh.
But I don't know how that was gonna benefit us right now. I just think it'd be kind of crazy and fun.
Do it.
Try to wrangle it.
Yeah. Something's coming.
Guys.
Ride that thing into battle.
You guys.
Oh, yeah. I'm into it.
How are we all still alive?
Because this is our first real fight.
It's true.
Space DM.
Very good space DM.
So
You have not gotten to use that skill yet.
I mean, it's either that or like run on the ship and get in the ship guns and try to blast.
That's my first thought, but somebody
because we're
decided
worried
to
about hitting
lock the
Kane,
ship.
so we're going to get starship weapons involved.
I could take it. This is where I want to insert the gif of Drax on the ground being like, shoot him, I can take it. With Iron Man's gun in his face.
All right, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to. Wow. Do I see? I heard the blast doors, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I hear the blast doors. So I would like to take a quick moment to look over. Are they just starting to open?
I mean, blast doors open decently quick. You see them open. And from the inside of that, if you're taking the time to look, you see a lot of pieced together battle droids emerging.
Oh boy.
Get to the ship.
You guys, we got company. Also, might not be friendly. Hopefully, they're gonna defend us. shoot. I'm going to take a shot. So I will use a maneuver to aim. And
Antiquated
I
battle
love
droid.
it. That's
Love it.
awesome. I will use a maneuver to aim. And so I reduce one setback because of the goggles. I don't have any boosts that I can think of except for I'm aiming, so that's one boost. So I think that covers it.
Sorry.
I'm going to shoot at this beast, whatever it is.
Okay. It is all set.
Okay. That looks mighty
Dang.
good, except it could be real bad at the same time. So that's 5 successes and 2 threats.
So that's
Sorry for yelling and screaming into the microphone there. I
Means
just
you have
got
to
a little
edit this one.
excited. So that's 10 damage. And wow, the threat. That's
Strains or
yeah, I think I'm taking some strain. I'm getting stressed out because now I feel like we're getting boxed in. Like there's an enemy behind us, and I don't
he's
like
he's
that.
getting cornered cat over here. Like
Right?
You know what? At least you're not prone.
I'm actually I'm going to use my GM powers.
Yeah.
Because I get to determine threats when you
Sure.
spend them.
Sure.
And this is the first shot that's actually caused pain to this thing. And you
Okay.
see as it gets furious, and it's going to add a setback to the next thing that Kane does, as its full fury is coming.
Darko or
Okay. So
Is it
I'm
Kane?
not taking
Kane.
strain.
oh,
No.
okay.
It's using both of those threats.
Okay.
Okay.
Were you the first of the PCs to go?
Yeah,
Okay, one more PC slot.
taking it.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim again.
Okay. And you had a was it a setback from something earlier?
I get a setback because I'm engaged. Is that it? No.
Combat rules.
I just went off of that page.
Sorry.
Don't do it. The pool's set. It's good enough.
Well, hold on. Seal did. He upgraded my check. That definitely happened with his triumph.
I upgraded your good side.
Okay.
It gets a boost to attacks. You add 2 difficulty. That's
shoot,
what it
I'm
is.
in the wrong.
Well, just one.
Yeah.
Okay,
because my
that's
forearm
that.
grip.
Yeah.
That's upgraded. That's that. You have an upgrade. It is set for you. As I'm assuming you're shooting again. Are you
I am.
aiming?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not moving, so might as well. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Do it.
Oh wait, no, it's not ready.
Oh God! Oh no! I already rolled it.
There was supposed to be another setback die, but since you failed, it's fine.
No, I can re-roll it. It's fine. Do you want to add that in there?
Sure.
He says, knowing that the next roll could have a despair in it.
I mean,
It's the chaotic neutral I bring.
It's more likely that he's successful.
Did you
That
mean
is nice,
chaotic
but-
feral?
Go ahead and shoot.
Hey!
That is, for those of you listening,
14.
5 success, which is 14 damage from me blaster rifle.
Right before this thing mauls you to death.
As it's like coming down on you, and you take that one deep breath to center yourself right before you shoot it, and just blast right through its neck.
Yeah.
And you manage to decapitate it.
Clutch.
And as that happens, I am going to need all of you to take a strain.
Yeah.
Also, as the guts
As like
and
20 blasters start opening fire.
as the blood and guts start raining down, and Kane says, I should have brought a poncho.
No. So as you see, you hear the mechanical marching, though it's not in rhythm. They're all kind of a little hobbled and pieced together. and it looks like there's about 20 battle droids. Their guns pointed at you. None of them says anything, and then from behind through the same blast door that came through, this about 6 foot tall humanoid shaped creature being has some sort of like mechanical apparatus on their chest.
What are you looking for?
It's General Grievous. No.
They've got a cane. Their face is kind of Voldemort-esque in that there's no nose, long face, similar to a Duros, a little bit different though.
Love you.
Comes hobbling out, and in this raspy voice says, "Why are you here?"
Now I can kill with kindness.
The worst.
Shut up. Let me talk.
Is that what Ellie says in character?
No. This is why I always play characters with accents, so people can tell between me
Right.
and my character.
Okay.
It makes it so much easier.
For real. I learned that lesson the very hard way with my very first character.
You have about
Yeah, I'm gonna my gun is not being useful anyway, so I'm putting it down and just kind of like rolling out from the stalagmite and just like, wait. We're so sorry. We needed a place to land and be safe. I'm so sorry.
How did you find this place?
Are you all right? You're coughing a lot. A pilot? He sucks. I just kind of like glance back and be like, and just like try and be like, we got lost basically.
I need a good reason to not kill you right now.
Because we're just looking to get off this planet.
Vosk is going to start changing pistols.
Oh boy. Hang on, I'm looking. Pause while Ellie actually reads her character sheet. Or at least finds the page with her character sheet.
Yeah, I think Zarko would like holster his blaster
That's
as well.
I'm going to start by holstering my standard blaster, but I am ready to go disruptor if I need to evaporate some battle droids.
No, don't do that. We all watched Phantom Menace. Just shut down the main computer.
Now this is pod racing.
Okay, I found my stuff. We're good.
Okay.
I'm just gonna like keep my hands up and just be like, we didn't even know there were people here. We kind of just saw maybe a safe place to land. We took a lot of hits from all of the debris out in space. Please, we just need a place to look at our ship.
Why? Why should I give you a place? How did you get the coordinates here?
We didn't. Are you okay? You're coughing a lot.
I'm fine.
I've never met anyone like you, so I don't know if this is normal, but my people, when we sound like that, we're not well.
All of my people sound like this.
Okay.
And he turns to one of the battle droids and says, "Take care of this." And
We
starts
can
walking
help
away.
you.
His cane stops.
Allow us to offer our services in exchange for a momentary parking bay for our damaged spaceship.
Are you Evoke?
One of the few. He looks back. He's thinking over it. Why don't you make a diplomacy?
Is sure can't be charm or leadership because I'm killing with kindness?
Yeah, it can be.
When you talk like
can-
that, it's all just wind in the microphone.
Yeah,
Me?
both.
Her.
Me.
Yeah, you can use.
Are
Charm.
you sure it can't be charm or leadership so that it can be kill with kindness? There, better, cleaner,
Yeah.
cleaner audio for you.
You can use charm. That's fine.
Ah, yay. Okay, now I lost all my skills again, so I need to go and find those again. For some reason, my kill with kindness was under the combat tab, so I lost it for a little bit. We're good now.
This is why I never take you anywhere nice. Or to planets full of fungi.
It is.
Yeah,
not,
you
it's
crash
not-
landed me on a planet, so
Oh shoot, that's the wrong. I need to get the swamp stalker out of there. It is. Boom.
What does kill with kindness do?
Yeah, what does it do?
scrolling back to the other tab. Kill with kindness. Remove 1 setback per rank of kill with kindness from all charm and leadership checks.
Okay.
I love the things that let you remove setbacks and stuff like that, but I hate how often it just doesn't apply. And so not saying it does here, but just as an example, you get kill with kindness and you're like, yeah, I can remove all them setback. And then you go talk to a guy and you're like, can we please? And then you roll a charm and it's like, oh, it was just 3 reds. There were no setback.
It's set.
Yay.
Whoa.
Hey, it's
What'd you
the
roll?
one thing I'm good at. I rolled 1 success, 2 advantage, and a triumph.
Yep.
How much of that triumph is left? Trick question. It's all of it because you have both
yeah.
successes and advantages. Otherwise, you wouldn't.
So how do you want to use that?
Oh. I'm reading.
It's an honor to meet one of your noble race.
Oh boy.
Oh, God.
We have a fanboy. Oh no.
You're not a noble race. We live in
Can
the
I use the
sewers.
triumph to get him to stop coughing? I feel like he's in pain. Having just recently coughed a lot.
I have a legit question on that.
Yeah.
So I have the Familiar Sons ability or talent.
Okay.
And so once per session, I may perform a Familiar Sons maneuver, make a hard knowledge, outer rim, or core worlds check to reveal the current type of planetary environment and other useful information. My curiosity is there something harmful about this environment that is possibly having some effect on them?
The pool is set. You can roll it.
I think that I want to use my triumph to upgrade my next check versus him.
I'm gonna say there might not necessarily be a next check soon.
Okay.
So if you want to use it for something more narrative,
Okay.
your pool is set, Gregory.
Cool.
I want all the battle droids to be nice.
That will, of course, be outer rim.
I mean, you could basically you have the charisma to convince him of something strong right now.
Yeah.
And I'll get to Gregory in a second.
I want him to turn the battle droids away from us. I don't want guns at me.
Okay.
So
as
see
you,
if he'll send them away.
as you mention that you like an exchange of services,
Sure.
yes. Which I think you said, one of you said.
I said we can help you.
Yeah. Yes. You said you can help him. He goes, and he nods at one of the battle droids. They all lower their weapons.
And
They
as
don't
they do, Kane does too.
They don't leave. He says, I could use a little bit of help. Are you willing to come in?
If you're willing to have us, thank you for trusting us. Was this yours? And I point back to the beast because somebody said something about a guard dog and now I'm really afraid we killed his pet.
No, that's just
Okay.
that's one of our neighbors.
Just I hope we didn't offend you by killing it. I don't know.
No.
I would
Okay.
like to let you know, so that there are no surprises. 2 of our associates were scouting around to make sure this was a safe location.
He smiles at you. He says, no, I know that.
Very well.
Very wise to have survived this long, I must say.
Wisdom and resilience are sometimes 2 different things, but I've got good motivations. Follow me. He takes you deeper into this cave. The battle droids kind of fall in line next to you. So you're being escorted, definitely, though the weapons are down still.
Is it like a winding, twisting bunch of caverns? Should I be paying attention, or is it like a pretty quick straight shot?
No, it's fairly straightforward, and like you're staying on metal walkways. They're kind of built into the walls a little bit. Takes you walk for probably 10 minutes. You go through a few sets of blast doors, and as you go further in, there is this underground settlement of sorts.
Cool.
Rooms, buildings. There's not a lot of people here. There's a lot of similar to the battle droids, who appear to be the security. Any droid that you see has pieces from multiple models pieced together. All of the people, these Evoki, have whatever this like contraption is on his chest. There's lots of coughing, limping around.
As we're walking inside, I want to send a quick comm message to
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
our friends to say, hey, we ran into some locals. Things look copacetic at the moment, and we're being invited inside, but just a heads up.
You hear from the other side of the comm that comes back. We found your friends.
All right,
We'll probably see you soon.
I text back K.
So as he takes you in, it's not nice. It's fairly dimly lit.
Good thing we have low light goggles.
It takes you into what seems to be the central station. Nice. And there's a few monitors and screens. You actually see there's a video feed of where your ship is. There's a couple others you see kind of off to the side. In a more traditional setting, there's no like energy fields or anything like that. Just a good old fashioned cell. You see Kai and Shay.
Dang it. They made it 10 feet before they got captured again.
And the leader points to some seats and says, no, have a seat. I'm interested about this help you offer, because I do have a situation. But first, a little history lesson, since you keep asking questions about my people and myself. We are the Evoki. We are the original inhabitants of Nalhata. Though we have not lived there for 10,000 years. We were forced out of there by the Hutts, forced onto Nashadar, and then forced down into the depths where we contracted all sorts of lovely ailments. I managed to escape about 60 years ago. Found this place. Found some old technology, and the remnant of the Ash Angel was born. We will take back our moon, and we will take back our planet with the technology we have uncovered here. What we did to your ship, we've refined it. We've made it better. And we're taking it to Nashadar. And I need to make sure that it gets there. And I need to make sure that the Hutts don't find it. So that's our option.
This technology, it yanked us out of hyperspace, right? Like it wasn't the debris field, like you pulled us out.
Yes.
So you're gonna dump that on the huts and disrupt all of their traffic.
Exactly. The smuggler's moon has a lot of traffic in and out of it constantly.
Yeah, you do realize that not all the traffic is necessarily hut traffic, though, right?
Why does it matter? The people on my moon, on my planet that I don't want there. And it is the hut space. It's their jewel.
Just, I don't know. I'm a little weird like that. I realize that not everyone is there by choice, and you know, the huts are quite fond of taking slaves and forcing people to do things. So
you're right. So we should probably not do this and let the huts continue doing what they're doing. Good point.
I think there might be a more diplomatic way to go about this. Perhaps maybe just threatening them at first.
probably
Instead
not
of
with
actually initiating the plan, just warn them that you're about to do it. And if they don't take your threat seriously, then you can carry them out. But maybe make an effort.
Why would I warn them that I'm coming?
I'm gonna have to side with him there on that one, Ellie. I was chiming in just to say that, you know, there's going to be a lot of innocent lives caught in that particular crossfire.
They're already caught and probably lost anyways.
It's a rather dour way of looking at it, but I suppose there's a certain truth to that.
Was there any useful information that my sort of check was going to reveal?
I apologize. I totally forgot about that.
No worries. Yeah. No. It's all good.
Essentially that their ailments are from generations and generations and generations and living in the lowest sections of Nar Shaddaa, and the filth that the huts produce. Because these planets were actually once, at least in the lore that you've read, very beautiful, lush, full of life. And the huts brought this bog and waste and filth. And so he says,
yeah, the huts. They tend to trash anywhere they go, it seems.
and
They don't have a respect for the beauty of...
Look, I understand that I will probably not survive this.
How many of you are there that want to do this?
Everybody on this rock.
Which is about how many?
We have a few thousand.
You want a rebellion?
No.
You want to rebel against the people who took your planet and take it back, right?
No.
They want revenge.
We
We're
know a
not.
bigger rebellion who might be able to help.
I've heard of them.
You have information that is very valuable and technology that's very valuable. What if you joined forces with the other group? You could both get help from each other, and you would both have a better chance of getting what you want.
I don't think you understand. We're gonna die. Everybody here. Our children will be worse than we are if we have them.
Then what's the harm in trying? If you're so convinced this is going to be a suicide mission, why won't you try something that might have a chance higher of surviving? Let yourself have that hope.
There's got to be some way to help your people. I mean, there's all kinds of incredible medical advancements that happen every day.
Roll this one. This one is definitely going to be a diplomacy, but you can roll it.
Hell yeah.
Or negotiation.
Yeah, I'm like, where's diplomacy?
They're alphabetical.
I did just use a dark side point.
Nice.
Ooh.
Negotiation.
He said diplomacy.
They've cut off. Oh,
Hooah!
I did
2
say
successes. I talk.
diplomacy. Negotiation's fine.
That's all I do.
It says,
There's no diplomacy on my list, so somebody said negotiation, so I went with it.
kind of looks around. There's another Evoki who's just like boiling in the background.
Like physically or emotionally?
Emotionally, just like
Okay.
eyes down, just staring at you. Goes over and whispers. They whisper back and forth to one another. One of them's the one who's been boiling is very animated. He comes back. Says, "This is my only proposal to you. We're taking the technology to Narshada. We will give it to your rebellion immediately upon using it.
What exactly does it do?
Does what it does to your ship. Makes it so you can't calculate places, pulls ships out of hyperspace wherever you want. Can cause ships to crash into a planet at hyperspeed.
Chaos, confusion, and mass hysteria.
Yes.
I don't mean to pry, but how does this work? Like, do you put it on a ship and then take the ship there? Like, are we talking a single thing, or?
If I'm being honest, it's actually, I'd say that you need to take it. It's already on its way. There was...
On its way, then why are you so strongly believing that you're going to die in this fight?
I believe he's implying the wheels are already turning in that particular matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look at my people. I'm one of the healthiest. But we had an arrangement, and we've been having difficulty contacting the escort. If you go to Narshada, you find it, you make sure it's safe, and that the people there get to do what they want, get to sow some chaos. You can take it.
I guess that kind of goes back to my question, and again, I'm not trying to overstep my bounds here, but I don't know what this technology is. Is it something that can fit on a ship? Is it something the size of a building? Is it stuff we're going to have to put together? Like,
I will tell you that you can take it in a ship.
okay, that's
all I'm telling you.
That's more than enough. So we're going to Narshada, and you're gonna find this escort, the people that had this, and we're gonna make sure that the device does its job. And then once it does its job, we put it on our ship, and we're free to go wherever we want and to turn it over to the rebellion.
It seems fair to me. If these rebels have this healing and technology, you think they might be able, we'd appreciate to send some back this way.
Right.
But
How will we make sure that you don't disable anyone else heading towards you? What if we're trying to send you help and you do the same thing that you did to us?
I have some codes I can send with you.
Now, this might be a kind of silly question, but you said it's already on the way and going to be there. If we leave here and we head to Narshada, what's to say that they don't sort stuff out with the escort and then flip the switch and we fly right into being ripped out of hyperspace ourselves?
We have a safety.
Okay.
There's where the technology will not affect your nav computer and your ship.
I've just
That's very
banged it up enough, and I don't want to do any more damage to my ship.
my ship.
Very well.
Our ship.
Do we have an arrangement?
Yes.
I'm assuming these two friends of yours are going to stick with you too.
They came with us. They leave with us.
Kai looks at you like, kind
We're sorry.
of like, hey guys.
From behind the bars.
Yeah, like my bad. Very well.
I'm fascinated by this system. It doesn't show up on any charts anywhere. It's sort of
A hellhole.
well, I was gonna say surprising.
One does consider being ripped out of hyperspace and bouncing across a debris field rather surprising, but at least you could park on a swamp-filled mud ball afterwards, so I think we're all winners.
I mean, it's
Whatever that
fascinating to
means.
me anyway.
And with that, we're going to end this
Wait,
episode.
I have one more thing. I have one more thing to say.
With that, we're going to listen to what Ellie has to
Okay.
say with one more thing.
Like, as they're like trying to like get us to leave or whatever, I'm just gonna turn around and be like, we don't know your name.
Now I have to pull my notes out again.
Thank you. I'm writing the NPC notes. I need to put this down.
You're right,
Nope.
Ellie.
Note takers.
We forgot to introduce ourselves.
I'm Ellie. What's your name?
Zarko Cruz at your service.
Great. It sounds like you just introduced yourself to Ellie.
Deja vu.
Timing, it's everything.
I'm Kirkatel. I'm the Ash Angel.
Okay, you can end it now because that was amazing.
Ash Angel, Ash Angel.
And yeah,
The one I
that's where we're going to end this episode of Broken
We
Space.
needed a better line to end on. That's all.
Ash Angel. That's
I'm the
super
Ash
cool.
Angel.
That was super exciting times.
Hi, can you text me that so that I have the spelling right? Thank you.
Yep. It is.
Play your notes.
As we wind down today's episode, we do want to give a shout out to Geeks Unleashed and AZA Studios for rating us, but we also want to shout out to our sponsors at Roll20 because they do sponsor this show. They have hooked us up with 1 year of Roll20 Pro, which gives us all of the script access and everything we need to use Star Wars super fancy dice, but it also gives us some fun stuff to mess with on the back end and helps folks like you find this show. So once again, big thank you to Roll20 for including us in their Spotlight program.
Mm-hmm.
Roll20 means we don't have to do real dice math.
Yeah, because imagine if we were not just pushing buttons.
Or even worse, I've seen people try to play this system by rolling d20s and other dice and then trying to be like, I rolled an 8 on the d8, and so on a green die, that would
but
be
it's a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Yikes.
No, that is.
No, I would mail each of y'all one of my sets of Star Wars dice, and we would just roll them and call them out. Like I am not about that life.
Yeah.
So, in summary, we love Roll20.
Yeah,
I want
we
to
love
thank all the
Roll20.
folks that hung out with us in the stream
Yes,
tonight
this
too.
was super fun in stream.
Yeah. I didn't pay that much attention in stream because I can't do it.
Because you're
But
doing.
you
thing.
are lovely people.
I'll specifically call out big shout out to Sapling over there. Sapling Archer has been hanging out the whole time and is just super awesome. But
They're my friend. I brought them.
many of the folks at AZA Studios brought over as well. We're hanging out and chatting and having a grand old time. And then, of course, Mike from Legends Die Live. That's a real fun stream if you ever get a chance to go check them out on Twitch. They have lots of fun stuff going on, and I've actually had Mike in a couple of my games. And so, secondary shout out to Mike making Dinosaurdas tabletop
So
canon.
good.
That's what we just fought, right?
Yep. Well, why don't we do our goodbyes
closing
and where to
outros?
find people and stuff, starting with our favorite Niffer.
I'm your favorite Niffer?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Hi, I'm Niffer. I'm at Twitter at @NifferNiff. I didn't do the Niffer that often, by the way. I didn't put my
I
hands
did.
in my head and stress.
Coincidentally.
Often.
I was more stressed than you this time, I think.
Yeah. This has been really fun. I'm excited. I actually got to talk this time.
Yeah. Role playing in this RPG.
I am Nick, and you can find me occasionally on Twitter, I guess, at Lizard King Nick.
Wait, does that make you a dinosaur?
It does.
If you're a lizard king?
It does. I was the original canon before it was canon.
So Kane is just wrestling a giant Nick.
Yeah.
Internally, yes.
Love it.
What's up, folks? I am Seal. I can be found online, Twitter, YouTube, all the things at One Crit Wonder, except Twitch, where it's One Crit Wonder TV because of how usernames work. And I was playing Vosk, our favorite Duros mechanic. And yeah, I do RPG stuff. So if you like RPGs, check me out.
And I, of course, am Gregory. You will find me either at Gregory Festo on Twitter and that sort of thing, or 1N20DND here on Twitch or on YouTube, where I do I'm winding up my first year of doing a daily D&D and RPG vlog. We only have 4 more to go. And then I'm going to take a little bit of a break, but there's going to be all kinds of other great content there. I have been playing Zarko Cruz, the human explorer scout. And I got to use a bunch of cool new traits today. Which
We
was
all
fun.
got to use a bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah, I loved it. It was really fun watching you guys do stuff.
I want to note that I was like this close. If he's going to turn around and start heading towards the door and like we were going to do battle droid things, I was going to bad motivator the fucking blast door.
Yeah.
There's my second cuss. I'm ahead of you now, Gregory.
Oh, yes.
And I'm Steven. I'm at _BadDM on the Twitter land. I think that's what I am on Twitch too. I'm the GM for the Not Quite Heroes, and I actually just launched a brand new show on Friday of last week, a new podcast called the Faeforge Academy, which is at FAEFORGE.
And it's awesome.
It's totally amazing.
It's so good.
Thank you.
That actually reminds me, I also just started a new podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
tell us.
I am with the other Space GM on a show called The Lost Tales of Uzoya. I think that's how you pronounce it. So it's a Pathfinder 2e
Oh, cool.
actual play. So that's on every other Thursday night. So it's not tomorrow, but it's next week. That's going to be our first episode. So
Awesome.
Sweet.
Very
Nice.
cool. And yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in and going to a galaxy far, far away with us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.